2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4. For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto all those that after should live ungodly. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessing be multiplied on all you brethren out there preaching this word in all sincerity and truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there. I'm the brother Damal Gibar, here with another lesson, Lord willing, to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and as I read in 2 Peter, the Lord, made Sodom and Gomorrah an example. He made it a precedent for the whole world to know and to remember, the judgment upon those that should live ungodly. All right, and this place, America, is still moving in that same vibration and in that same spirit. All right, and this place is not going to learn until it's ultimately judged in the same way as Sodom and Gomorrah. And we know America, when you read Revelation 11th chapter, is called spiritually Sodom and Egypt, all right? Mainly highlighting the Sodom part. And we know what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. It's the same thing that's taking place now. And every year you have this Burning Man, a festival of complete Sodom and Gomorrah, activities every year. And for the last couple of years, every time they have that festival, some type of judgment or catastrophe comes down upon that place, which showing you that these people here in America is fully set in them to do wickedness, and these people have that same burning, wicked, vile, lustful spirit as ancient Sodom and Gomorrah, which is why this place is so rightfully named. So let's check some of this out. It says, Burning Man notorious orgy dome completely obliterated by biblical dust storm. All right, and we know what these Burning Man individuals are all about, man. It's just a complete festival of wickedness and nastiness and burning and homosexuality and transgenderism and orgies and just vileness, man. All right, a lot of things there that are done should not be mentioned or named or even participated in. But of course, we know that this place, America, Babylon the Great, has no issue with these individuals going out into the middle of the desert to perform these vile and wicked acts, man. But hey, guess what happened? The Lord visited upon these places, man. And I'm going to show you some of this. In the article, this is Isaiah 29:6. It says, thou shalt be visited. I read it in the NLT. Isaiah 29:6 in the NLT. I, Yahweh of heaven armies, will act for you with thunder and earthquake and great noise, with whirlwind and storm and consume. I don't like that one. Let's read it in the King James. It says, thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise, with storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire. You see? So part of the judgment that comes down upon wickedness is thunder, earthquakes, great noise, teeth of wild beasts, catastrophic winds, dust storms, lightning, thunder, fire, death, diseases. All forms of judgment comes down upon wickedness, man. And this Burning Man festival, like I said, the last couple of years, man, it's been video worthy because the Lord's been bringing judgment upon this wickedness, man. All right, so let's read some of this. It says, Nevada's Burning Man Festival suffered a cataclysmic blow on Monday when a furious dust storm tore through the grounds, obliterating the orgy dome in a scene reminiscent of divine wrath. And you see, and these individuals that are there, all of these modern day Sodom and Gomorrah that's at this festival, when these things happen, they don't think of it as divine wrath or them being visited by the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as a form of judgment and anger. They look at it as, I'm pretty sure they look at it as, these things happening are coming from an angry God, a God that wants to ruin their fun, a God that they can never worship or ever follow because he's so evil and so vengeful and so hateful. Why doesn't he just let them live their life? God is love, blah, blah, blah. They'll come up with every other excuse in the book to justify these revelries. But hey, obviously the Lord sees otherwise. It says, on the Orgy Dome's official Instagram page, Burning Man shared, our build team worked so hard this past week to erect, and you see they got the word erect, right? Our lovely space. Unfortunately, the winds yesterday undid all that labor and wrecked our structure. You see, but they'll never attribute it to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as the God of heaven, the God that created the heavens and the earth. You see, it says we are still here and thankfully safe. We hope to give the playa some workshops and we'll keep you updated. See, so they're going to just continue keeping on in their orgies and their wickedness, adultery, probably sodomy is going on there, drug use, drug abuse. People are probably ODing, women are probably getting raped, men are getting raped. We're going to read some of the vile shit that's going on here. It says other Burning Man events include virgin sacrifice parties. See, so they do things intentionally to blaspheme, man. Virgin sacrifice parties, which the organizer advertised as virgin sacrifice ceremonies every 30 minutes. Lost treasure cocktails at a bar, DJ pumping jungle vibes. You see, so they're literally, blaspheming against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, against righteousness, against things that should not be done. You see? It says the festival also features a daily event known as Morning Has Come, C-U-M, So Can You, a circle jerk, where men can gather together in the nude to stroke your morning wood. And that's complete and utter wickedness, man. Right? Men are not supposed to sit in other circles with men, butt-ass naked and looking upon each other's nakedness, having a damn circle jerk, man. And those men that are participating in it are same-sex purveyors of flesh, Well, like I said, this is what goes on at these festivals, man. And it's completely legal by the United States government, which shows you that this is a very wicked and vile place, man. This place claims to be a Christian nation, but obviously in works they deny, the Heavenly Father, man. And this is why I said such great judgment and great destruction is going to come down upon Babylon the Great, man. Right, and all these people that are participating in this shit. Hey, some of these people that are in these that are going to these burning, man, could be your next door neighbor, could be your college professor, could be your real estate agent, man. Could be people that you probably come across every single day, not knowing that they go to these different festivals when they're on vacation, participating in all manners of wickedness, man. And you better believe that it wouldn't be too far-fetched if they got a lot of child SAs going on over there, man. Like I said, and all type of other wickedness. It says, and for the ladies, can't leave the ladies out, right? It says there are bubbly body washes and happy ending massages available every day. People immediately shared their thoughts on the destruction of the orgy dome, with many people suggesting the destructive weather targeting the site was a form of divine intervention. Well, this is why I'm doing this lesson, because that's exactly what it is. You see, but the wicked are not going to attribute it to that, man. And they're going to keep on keeping on. Remember last year, I think the Lord flooded that shit in a major way, and a lot of people got stuck and stranded and even died out there. You see? But hey, that's the spirit of this spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, man. It says one commented it says JC, but that's Yahweh Shai saving people from STDs. It says the wind is doing the Lord's work. I just read that in Isaiah 29:6, man. It says another shared with one more adding. It says the J word said, "Not today, you heathens." And that's true, because what are they doing over there? They're participating in heathenistic activities, man. And all of these orgies, these circle jerks, these burning mans, whether they tell you or not, it all goes back to some form of pagan heathenistic worship, man. Like all of these orgies, they all go back to the god of Dionysus. It goes back to Greek mythology, Egyptian gods, gods of the ancient Canaanites, man. All right, and they bring it to these festivals, but it's just in a modern day times. But it all goes back to some form of pagan worship and wickedness and witchcraft and sorcery and all type of manner of wickedness, man. All right, let me get another precept that I had. Oh, let me get this. And this is why this is why this shit was getting touched up. And I'm pretty sure, hey, I don't know how long it lasts, but if it's still there, hey, the Lord's probably going to bring more judgment upon those people there. This is 2 Ezra 15:5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Right? Did not they experience destruction? I'm pretty sure they probably didn't tell you, but I'm sure somebody probably dropped dead there, or is going to drop dead there. It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. You see? And that burning man is part of the hurtful works and wickedness that is green lighted here in this society, man. But here it is. They're trying to make ways to ban the prophets from going out on the highways and the byways. They're trying to make it to where we can get locked up for preaching this truth, calling out wickedness, calling out corruption. But they'll totally allow this festival to be greenlit in the desert of Nevada, where all type of wickedness and heathenistic practices and bullshit goes on. See? It says, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and cried blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's us, the prophets, the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Just like Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation of those ancient Sodom and Gomorrah and those neighboring 3 cities, so are we here in Babylon the Great. You see, it says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. All right, and we're praying daily that the Lord visits this place and puts an end to this bullshit, man. All right. It says, others were more supportive, as one local commented, sending y'all so much love. See, and that person is going to be destroyed. You see, because you can't be a participator or or an advocate of this wickedness, man, because you're just as guilty as the people that are there committing it. It says, we are your neighbors, Viking Bar 250 and E Mountainside, serving cold craft brews all week. Stop by for a drink and chat. We love your camp. You see, and that damn bar is cursed, man. It says, wow, look at all these sad people in the comments having nothing better to do than give kind and caring people a hard time. They're not kind and caring people. They're wicked people. All right. They're pagans. They're sodomites. They're Gomorrites. They're transgenders, lesbians. They're committing all manner of sin, man. And if you have a righteous bone in your body and you stand with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, these things should be called out, because ultimately it's going to lead to an even more brutal judgment, man. And if you're participating in it and you're condoning it, then hey, you're just as guilty as if you were there participating. All right. It says, keep on keeping on at Orgy Dome. Y'all put on great events and so are incredibly welcome. Was that a fundraiser in Portland, and it was safe, comfortable, and fun. Couldn't think of a better group of people than y'all. Another supported at it. But yeah, in the sight of the Most High, these people are not good. They're evil. They're demonic. It says the Festival Orgy Dome describes themselves as a sex-positive community on a mission to educate the world about consent and the importance of its practice beyond intimate space. So they're advocating complete and utter wickedness, vileness, paganism, complete and utter wickedness, man. It says the dome provides festival goers with the opportunity to partake in sex with 2 or more people, wickedness, orgies. Like I said, adultery, man. Like I said, and I'm sure the list goes on and on, the amount of depravity that goes on in that place, man. It says, inside, those interested will find mattresses, drapes, comfortable couches, and several pillows, but the unlucky weather made it impossible for the event to go on. Good. The Most High put an end to that bullshit. And eventually the Lord's going to put an end to this whole wicked society and Babylon the Great as a whole. It says, as raging dust storms knocked the dome to the ground, the dust and 50-mile wind gusts ripped through Black Rock City and the Nevada desert where the festival takes place. The storm wreaked havoc on campsites and caused severe travel delays in the area. The National Weather Service issued a dust storm advisory on Saturday evening, sharing that a wall of blowing dust was headed towards the grounds. And I saw articles on that dust storm. That shit was massive, and that was the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It was a form of judgment upon that place, and it was really set to be a warning for you people. And you had a lot of Israelites there to get out of that bullshit and repent, man. But they're not. They're not going to take the signs. They're not going to take the warnings till eventually, the judgment of the Most High is going to come in a very, very brutal fashion. It says 4 minor injuries have been reported as a result of the weather, which a Burning Man spokesman confirmed. For those who are already inside the festival, the harmful dust ripped through the desert playa, which also destroyed many campsites and scattered belongings across the grounds. All right. The official Burning Man page took X to warn visitors on Saturday, if you are in Black Rock City, batten down the hatches, take care of your camp, and do not drive. Yep, a 50-mile-an-hour sustained wind for over an hour with higher gusts. The desert is always trying to kill you. The Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, adding that it was definitely the scariest experience during Burning Man, and it won't be the last, man. Because the Lord is basically sick of all the wickedness and the bullshit going on in this world, man. All right, and this is Proverbs 19, and this is ultimately what this judgment was: a warning signal from the Most High for you that you can fear Him. And this is Proverbs 19 and 23. The fear of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. Well, obviously, you people there was visited with evil because you weren't moving, and that festival is not in the fear of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. So with that, I'm going to close it here. All right, I got to go. My son's getting ready to get out of school, so I want to do this quick lesson before he got out, man. But all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit in me to do this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. Until the next one, shalom.